James.
Yeah. You're on your own. I've already had enough.
I was going to say, you've got a lovely short game area here.
I do, I'm a bit thirsty. let me wet the whistle.
Look at this place. You've made loveliness.
Yeah, well, the opportunity came up, so what are you going to do?
So you've literally created pretty much every scenario that you can on a short game area.
I've done my best. Yeah, obviously you're limited by elevation sometimes. It'd be great if you had something 15 feet above you.
Yeah.
But we don't. But we've got shots from all kinds of slopes to different elevations. We've got target greens out there from 40 to 80 yards, so you can basically cover everything with the wedge that you need. Yeah, it's
dreamy.
Right, yeah.
And it's what, 20 minutes from your house?
Not even that.
Only about 5 hours from mine.
10 if I'm cruising, 8 if I'm quick.
Driven across the country for a lesson.
Twice.
From a catch-up. Yeah, twice. Last week I came and it was raining, so I went home. Last year, was it last year? We did a video, and you
a summer's day last year. When it was stormy as well.
Stormy. You changed my short game, changed my grip.
Yeah, we tried to match your grip and release a bit, didn't we?
Yeah. So I'm more of like a release. I said scoop last year, and you were like, I don't like that. So,
yeah, you call it what you want.
Yeah, I like to call it a scoop.
I've changed. You call it what you want. If you want to call it a scoop, call it a scoop. I've got no problem.
So we matched my release up with my grip.
Yep.
And I'm still working with the grip. It's still weak, and I would say that since last year, you said it wasn't going to rain.
I did say it wasn't going to rain.
That is definitely rain, but it's going to pass.
Turns out we're going to have
I would say that my strike is better, and
Good.
that was like the key to last year's sort of lesson. But like, I want to bump it on now.
I'm going to move on a stage.
Yeah.
See what we can layer up a little bit.
And make me like tour level.
Well, a lot of that's down to you as well.
What, and how much I practice?
You can spend 5 hours a day practicing or 5 hours a day in a car.
Yeah.
And I think the car wins at the minute.
Car won, yeah. As I've got a new car, it always wins at the moment. Other things that I've also liked doing at the moment, and I think we briefly touched on that a little bit, is how I'm moving a little bit towards the target as I'm doing stuff as well.
Yep.
Really to get low point more forward and completely eradicate that duffy horribleness.
Yeah. Well, you could still duff it. That's the bad news.
Yeah.
You can move forwards as far as you want. You can still hit the ground before the ball. It's possible.
But I feel like it's got
better.
Like
it helps, right? Yeah. It's become a popular thing now, isn't it? But
yeah.
If you go back to videos I did in 2013, I'm talking about moving head forwards 5-10 centimeters. It's like, it's not new. And I wasn't the first person to talk about it then.
Yeah.
So things just come around, don't they?
Yeah.
People forget, and then it's
like fashion, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Denim, flared jeans, they'll be back soon, won't they?
I think they already are. I'm too old to know about fashion now. I haven't got a clue.
All about dad clothing now, isn't it?
Shoes, obviously.
What would you do? So I've improved my strike. What would be your next step, basically, to this sort of process?
Yeah, well, so initially it's a check-in, isn't it? It's let's see if you're doing what you're meant to be doing, and then let's see if we can gain something somewhere else. And we also discuss it consistency-wise, is it where you want it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're striking it good all the time, almost all the time, and your flight's under control, then it's just touch.
Because I would say that I'm still, I want to be more creative now. I still go for like, if they're like this short pin here, I would still be thinking, let's just make sure it's on the green, rather than I can land it on that spot and I'm going to do it, rather than
well, you've picked an absolute killer there.
Yeah, that is a mental shot.
5 foot of green over a valley onto a downslope.
Onto a downslope. Yeah,
it's like it couldn't be much harder.
Yeah,
you have to kind of be realistic. Get it within. I think within 10 feet would be a good shot to there.
Okay.
But we'll come to that. Let's check in and see where you are with things.
Okay, I'll hit a few, and you can tell me where I'm at. Probably not a weak enough grip, even though it does still feel weak.
Remind me, is that 58 you play, or is it 60?
58 I go, yeah. 50, 54, 58 I am now. I would say as well that I miss right a lot. And that's super basic.
Yeah.
But if I hit like 20 shots, even if it wasn't like now, because I'm going to adjust now because my first one's missed, but if I hit 10 chip shots on the course, I reckon 90% of them miss right.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a slight start line issue. So you can start to build a picture of where you are currently.
And I don't know if that's just how I visualize stuff. Like you said, that shot down there was dead flat, and I'm just thinking that's right to left. And I start out right, it misses right, and it's like
obviously picked the slope that's further to the right. So you're deceived a little bit. Clever green design, say.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a bit left to right on this. I can tell you that much. It's a bit floaty, isn't it? I know that the lies, it's not been mown for a couple of days, so I'm going to kind of allow a little bit and say, you know, occasionally you're going to trap a little bit in there.
Yep.
Obviously, you're striking it from the same place on the club, which is now getting clogged up with grass already after 3 shots. It's really easy to jump in, though, isn't it, and say, oh, well, that just popped up. Why did it pop up? Oh, it's my club.
Yeah.
Right, so we almost can't respond to that. If that becomes consistent...
I am trying for you.
Yeah, I've got your little brush. If you consistently start to pop them up, we can start to talk about why it might happen.
I would definitely say that it's come down since my last session with you. I would say I was super floaty last time, but now it's, and especially with like pitching, remember that lesson we did with pitching as well, my pitching's loads more
flatter.
Like
actually.
When I'm on a launch monitor, it's in your 28, 29, 30 sort of launch, which is
so quite nice. That's close to ideal.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. We'll watch a couple from down the line as well. See what's going on with that club face.
Oh, handle forwards.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, I'm going to zip for a second. I'm not going to say a word. Let's have a couple more. That wasn't your best.
No. Like that one felt good.
Yeah, it's not consistent though, is it?
No.
I mean,
that's one in.
That's this half the ground, then you've been this half the ground.
Yeah.
You've got something embarrassingly 15 feet long right. Sorry, I'm going to be brutal with you.
But in stats, my playing average, that one's eradicated. They knocked that one off.
Doesn't happen. Is that an anomaly?
Yeah.
Right, so flight's been up and down. That one you kind of liked. From down the line, I really didn't like what I was seeing.
Okay.
Like you had to work really hard through the ball with that.
Yeah.
So I would actually look at the plane if you swing and the path that you swing, and say that that club is going way too far in. It's way in here.
Okay.
Right, and from there you're having to twist it around too much. Like occasionally you'll do it a lot, that ball.
Yeah.
De-loft it almost.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the one that pops out right where you can't do it fast enough, and that feels like you're dragging it this way.
Yeah.
Face is still open. So the amount of work you're giving yourself to do from your backswing is very high.
Okay.
And you're essentially having to time it.
And when I play as much as I do, that makes it life really easy.
You kind of not want to rely on timing and touch and feel and all the sexy stuff, would you? So, and then we can tie 2 things together here, right? So you mentioned about moving forwards, like you like the idea of that to stop hitting the ground before the ball. How have you been moving forwards?
Like I'm literally feeling like I set up kind of even, maybe a smidge on my front foot, pressure and weight wise.
Yep.
And then as I'm taking it back, I'm just increasing it. And
so just pressuring that front foot a little bit, literally on your backswing.
Yeah, and like it's just continuous. It's just smoothly going this way throughout, I would say.
All right, so you're going to get 2 things from one move now, which is going to be great news for you because it's going to clean up that backswing path, which is, like I said, too far in, club's too low, too much twisting going on at the bottom.
Okay.
Like considering it's having you try and feel like you release it this way.
Yeah.
But you're actually having to rotate at the same time.
Okay.
That's a bit of an issue, right? So we need that swing plane to get a little bit more vertical.
Yeah.
A bit more Ferris wheel versus roundabout.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to get you to move your head forwards by doing the same thing.
Okay.
Get yourself ready.
Might put this on a good line.
No, don't hit a shot yet. Now,
weak grip still.
Weak grip still, yeah. We're keeping the release the same.
Yeah, okay.
Now, on your backswing, I want you to focus on one thing only. I want your left shoulder to go vertically down towards your left foot. Just pay attention to where your head goes, and pay attention to where the club head goes when that happens. Where does the club head go?
Up.
More vertically. Where does your head go?
Down.
And?
This way.
Towards the target. Right, so you're getting your toward the target movement, and you're controlling the direction of your club head by moving your left shoulder in a better direction. So less out towards the golf ball, more down towards the left foot.
Okay.
Okay, make a practice swing again. I want to see it down the line. Let's just watch where that club head goes. So the left shoulder's going vertically down. There you go. So the club head must feel like it's moving up.
It literally feels like I'm going like this. Yeah.
Right. Well, you're not, because you're going to watch it back.
Yeah.
And I might film one in a second and show you. You're just going to go, well, actually, that's pretty good.
It does feel, it feels like I'm going to be quite extreme down on it.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Okay.
It might feel that way. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So your only thought is what? Left shoulder to left foot. And that's it. Yeah, that's all I want.
And feel like I'm moving this way as well, or that's just going to happen?
It will move your head towards the target. It'll move it downwards slightly and it'll move it towards the target. So who goes where the ball goes? It doesn't matter where the ball goes right now. All I'm thinking about is left shoulder trajectory. Where's that moving?
And same release.
Same release.
Because I feel like I'm going to go up a lot on the way down here. So I feel like I'm going down a lot, then up a lot.
Yep, we'll deal with the up and down. So what I'm interested in now is where that club head goes on the backswing.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, all things being equal, you're going to start digging a little bit for a minute, but we can get rid of that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just going to have less work to do as far as kind of the inwards to outwards bit goes. There's going to be less work there. Okay.
Forgot about power there.
Well, well, that's kind of third on the list.
Yeah.
Let's strike flight, power can come third.
Yeah.
Let's just hit 4 or 5 shots.
Okay.
And observation really here is start line. Obviously strike, start line, trajectory.
Start line I'd say is pretty good.
That last one was pretty good. Let's see how it pans out these next few.
I can't remember where the first one went.
You were too busy looking at your divot.
Yeah, I was.
Right, so left shoulder, just make a backswing for me. Just that's plenty.
Okay.
That's plenty. Yep.
Oh, heavy. You said I could still hit it heavy.
Yeah, you can still hit it heavy.
Left.
The one I'm really interested in is start line.
And what are you expecting to see?
Left of target.
Oh,
it was right, but it wasn't miles right.
no.
And I'd say you were pretty much aiming right at the flag.
I was aiming right of.
Straight, well, just right at it, maybe marginally right of it, not much.
I feel like because I've gone this way so much, it's hard to carry on the leftness.
Yep.
I feel like I want to go like this now.
Yeah, I can kind of see that in there. But I've got to let you run with it for a minute, haven't I?
Yeah. I'm just letting you know and the people know what I'm feeling, basically.
Yeah, and I'll say the last 2 that have started to the right, the club hasn't been as vertical.
Okay.
Okay,
so more extreme.
Not necessarily more extreme. There's a balance of 2 things going on, right? When you're making a backswing, you're essentially doing 2 things. You're turning, and you're also kind of tilting to your left as that happens. So right now you're turning more than you're tilting.
Okay.
I want you to tilt more than you turn. If we look at pressure data, right, with players, often, or more often than not, good players, the pressure never gets into the back half of the right foot. It actually shifts more into ball. What's that say to you? They're not turning a great deal. Right, so I want you to tilt more than you turn. And what pressure does go into the right foot will be more in the front part. Not something to focus on, just like a little side note, that not many players go into their right heel on this length of shot.
So in my swing, I would be like right back
into the heel pretty early.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little shot. Tilt, don't turn.
Tilt this way.
Yes, got it. Tilt, don't turn. Yeah, that's it.
I literally feel like I'm pinching my rib against my hip there.
Okay.
It's like squishing
it sounds way more painful than you're actually feeling, right? So before we put anybody off. Tilt, don't turn. Small swing. Good.
Oh, that felt real different.
Right, so the small swing thing is important, right? So let's just look at it. We're not going to go down a rabbit hole too much. But when you go in a lot, that's quite a shallow movement, right?
Yeah.
But you're not excessively shallow with your shots normally, because you start to add quite a lot of wrist to it. So you get your steepness from your wrists.
Yeah.
So what are we doing by going more shoulder down? You're adding steepness to the swing. If you do the load your wrists as well, then yeah, you're probably going to crash into the ground.
Okay.
So the last thing I said before we hit that shot was what? Small swing.
Yeah.
And because of that, you just didn't go up here with the golf club. Right, so swing will feel quite small. That's it. Okay, clean that club face. Now, I'm sure all your subscribers probably know who Alex Noren is, right?
Yeah.
Swedish golfer, that guy.
Yeah.
You ever watch him practice short game, right? It's good fun as well, because he does these exaggerations, but he does a lot of shoulder goes down a lot, gets close to the ground, then does what on the way through?
Up.
Moves up.
Yeah.
So you feeling a little bit of downward on the way back, don't be scared of it. Just as you turn through, Just move up a little bit. Just come away from the ground a touch. Because I can see that's kind of holding you back a little bit, is the fear of burying it. That's it. Yeah, there we go. Same release, a little bit under release, weak grip.
I am Alex.
All right, better club head path. Now, I don't mind a little bit of dig. It's okay. But there's no rule book as to what you should do on the ground. Or there should be, because it's my short game area.
Sorry, I'll get the scissors out later.
It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. As you can see, other people have been here too. It's fine. So the shoulder goes down. That controls where the club head goes. You got it.
And more in the balls of my feet.
Yeah, don't worry about the pressure on the feet. Just
it's just a little extra to make sure I'm doing it right.
Obviously, I suppose if you feel it going there, you know you've gone wrong.
Yeah, it's just a little checkpoint, isn't it? I thought I was doing well.
You said you wanted to do better.
These guys on TV must be pretty good that you teach.
That's it. You got it. Good rehearsal. There you go. So what difference in start line?
Yeah, they're all left, aren't they? Everything.
Get in there. Get in there. You got the whole feel and real thing as well, haven't you? I haven't filmed them for you yet. Let me film one. Okay, right, I'm ready for one. So I want to see your limit the turn.
Okay.
Shoulders going down plenty. Don't be scared of getting closer to the ground. It's okay. You can always get out of it. All right, now, actually, you know what? I'm really happy you did that.
That was quite extreme. That felt like the most extreme, but I just didn't get out.
It did, but then you take a look.
Oh.
And you're just working up the shaft plane.
Yeah.
Right, it's not even close to what you're feeling.
Because, I would be behind me, I reckon, wouldn't I, a normal swing?
Miles back.
Yeah.
You see, you just kind of stayed down low, and you could have just come up out of it a little bit more.
Yeah.
On the way through. But if I was to say to you, right, this is a student of yours in front of you, and you say, how's that backswing looking?
Yeah.
For a short shot, you would struggle to pick anything out of that at all.
Yeah.
Feels very vertical, but that is, and I'll send you the video of that. It's right on the shaft plane.
Imagine what vertical feels like.
Okay, a little bit under. I'm just going to grab a stick a second. I just want to show you a little practice station that I like to use.
Okay.
So I've got this stick set up maybe 3 or 4 feet left of the target, which should be about the start line to get it close to the hole.
Okay.
And what we do with this one is put it in place, pretty similar angle to the shaft, somewhere close.
Yeah.
And the goal here is just to trace it, right? So you imagine there's a laser pointing at the end of your club.
Mm-hmm.
You would trace the stick on the ground, and eventually it would become the stick that's behind you. You're trying to trace that the whole time. So that is bang on shaft plane. Right, so in addition to, we've got left shoulder going down. Obviously over time, you could start to get
a bit above it.
Too vertical. So just having something to kind of track, keep you on line. This kind of drill, a lot of the time, people will just have it as an avoidance thing. Just swing above it. But then you've got all the space in the world over here to do it correctly, in theory, but they're all incorrect over here.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, swing under. Here you got all the space over here. We need to be a little bit more precise than that. Okay. So it's just a nice little visual for you.
And this would, going back to my pitching, be quite good for that too.
Yep.
Because I can guarantee that I'll be
I've got no doubt. As the swing speed goes up, that comes in faster, for sure. Right, so left shoulder.
But I am thinking more about that in my pitching, because we talked about cut feels.
Yep.
But I can guarantee that I'll be in there, basically. So track it along that way.
Yep, you got it. Okay, and into the follow through. So we kind of layer up fast, right? Into the follow through. You're not used to being able to turn and almost extend up a little bit because you're so busy getting the club around your hands at the bottom here, you stay bent forwards.
Yeah.
Then you probably don't extend that quick in your full swing either, do you?
No.
Because you get that club around so quick at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So those Lockey bombs you can't stand up away from. But you can here.
That way.
You got it.
Yeah, it feels real different.
Good. It's better.
Yeah, that I would prefer.
Go on.
Oh,
definitely different.
I would prefer that kind of, it's not a thin, it was just a groove low rather than groundy. But I mean, I like this.
A groove low.
A groove low.
You could live there.
Awesome. So if I was to practice this now,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously got good at it,
Yep.
and wanted to hit one high, hit one low, those kind of ideas,
Yep.
where would I push towards now?
What would your
Because I'm
instinct tell
playing a
you
top
to do?
50 course tomorrow, and I'm going to hit some funky shots.
That's true. Okay, so if I said to you, right, we've got, this is stock,
Yeah.
and then we've all got a flop shot to hit.
Yeah.
If I wanted a flight that's in the middle of those two,
Uh-huh.
what would you do to achieve it?
Just twist the face open a bit.
Okay, go on then. Show me what you mean. Let's have a look at your solution before we start to look at, is that best for you?
Twist the face open a little bit.
Okay,
and
good.
lower the handle a smidge so I don't have to aim left.
Okay, so just offsetting the open face by lowering the grip. Yep.
Yeah. Tiny bit ground, but
Okay, so I'd have no issue with that approach to doing it, no problem. If anything, the heel probably dug in just a little bit.
Yeah.
So that'd be an indication you've opened the face X amount, you've probably lowered the handle a bit too much for you.
Yeah.
You've ended up heel lower than toe, started left.
But that would be, that's my first shot with this technique. If I was to spend 3 hours here, I'd probably not do
3 minutes, probably.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah. I'm gonna be, it's a video, I'm gonna be picky after the first ball. Like usually with gently, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you on it.
So that's mid, and then high I would go more extreme, I guess.
I would, yeah, I mean, we can all hit a flop shot.
Yeah.
Well, we can all try and hit a flop shot.
Yeah.
We can all hit one. We don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah. And then low, I would probably do what you're telling me, but with a different club.
Yeah.
At the moment.
That's the simplest option.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a spin trade-off.
Uh-huh.
So it'd be low without spin.
Yeah.
If you wanted low with spin, then you'd have to be able to hit something low with your most lofted club.
Okay. And if I wanted to do that, then I would probably...
Ball position would be first, wouldn't it?
Yeah, go back a little bit.
Yeah, and what we're doing backswing wise is giving you a steeper angle of attack than you normally have.
Yeah.
So that lends itself to low.
Yeah.
So low shouldn't be a problem. I mean, you're going to struggle to get it near that flag, hitting it low, but
yeah, it might roll out
anyway.
a bit. So literally all the same, but just ball position and think about how hard I'm going to hit it.
Oh, low is going to be faster.
Yeah.
Great for the bottom flag.
That's what I was aiming for.
I thought so.
Off the slope.
Start line was good though.
It was left again, wasn't it?
So just a little bit of swing plane and path work, really. I'm pretty happy with how you're gripping it, how you're releasing it.
Yeah.
It's just in case you're essentially putting yourself in a spot on the way back that's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like challenging to be consistent from.
Yes. It's interesting. I think I probably have always been more in here, but with new long game thoughts, I feel like I've probably gone more extreme in that as well.
Yeah,
but
it's probably pushed you that way a little bit.
This is nice.
Yeah, I mean, I can honestly say I've never given anyone this drill and they've got worse.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Yeah.
Because essentially you're just trying to move the club on the plane it's already sitting on.
Uh-huh.
Like you're not having to mess around. The impact plane is going to be close to address. There's not big changes there. You're just trying to just reduce the effort you need to get the club back on the ball consistently.
So it's literally left shoulder down.
Left shoulder, yep.
And not as much hinging.
Not as much
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, because you're adding steepness with the shoulder. You
Yeah.
don't need the steepness from your wrists.
And then more extension through.
More just to pull the club out of the ground again. Oh, you weren't supposed to hit a flop shot then.
Yeah, I know.
The extension needs to go with turning though as well.
Yeah.
You can't just stand there here and extend
Yep.
this way. It's going to hold the face to the right.
Right, like
It's
that
got to
one.
be extending and rotating at the same time.
Okay.
So give us another one of those. Bring that flight down a little bit. That was way too poppy. Good. Better. Better. Extension on its own is no good.
Yeah.
Just like turning on its own is no good.
Yeah.
You've got to blend things together.
Awesome. Thank you.
Next level.
Next level.
It's just the thing is, I guess initially last year was like, I just want to strike it better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's match the grip and the release, give you a chance there. And it's all, you're striking it better, but it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
How do you get consistency? give myself less work to do, clean up the backswing.
Yeah.
Makes transition and downswing to impact much easier.
Awesome. Next year, where do we go next year?
I don't know, maybe even hit like challenging shots. Who knows?
Imagine. Did you just get a message in that lesson as well?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Justin Rose.
What's wrong with him?
There was nothing wrong with him.
Is he swinging it too inside and...
Yeah, his shoulder's not working. Just wants to get together.
What, for a meal or?
You never know if I'm lucky.
Yeah. Does he pay or not?
No comment.
Is he tight?
No, he's very generous.